If you recall, I said I was in the process of making that wood piece sandwich, which I did to make these pieces all lay flat in line with each other to facilitate the gluing onto the bottom of the vase. But I ended up squeezing that glue out all over everything. It's exactly what happens. So before I can glue this, you really can't successfully, you can't depend on being able to glue to glue. I'm sure you get that. Parse that out. So I'm going to sand it down to wood. This isn't doing quite the job that I wanted it to. It's a little bit fine. Try another one. That was 180. This is 150. It'll cut a little bit faster. I don't want it to cut too fast because I'll lose the flatness that I've been so treasuring, you know? I want to just skim the glue. I think I've accomplished that. I'm going to flip it over and do the other side. Still not cutting enough though. All right, this is the thing that I didn't want to do, but here I am doing it. I guess an 80 grit. All right, that took care of that. It's great. It's all I want out of a base that I'm only going to see, you know, a little bit of the edge of. All right. Okay, so now it's time to find my centers and get this on the lathe and see if I can, you know, make a cylinder out of this. So I'm going to use my compass. I've got a cheesy compass. It's got a lovely little feature of a hook, so to speak, a little offset in the pin on the end. So I can hook that on something. Yeah, it's a not so good feature. It's worn out, and it's springing. Damn this thing, it's worn out. I need. It's on my Christmas list. So don't worry, I'll get a new one. But I'm currently pissed at this. That's sort of fun. It's just aluminum, and it's worn out. Okay, so I'm just going to trace the flat sides of this thing, just like they're right. Come on, it's doing it again. Come on. This is going to go across the room in a second. Well, this, I'm not sure is really even working out. I'm getting different numbers. Ah, damn it. Damn it. Doesn't matter that much. So I'm going to go there. That should work. It's jumping again. Damn this thing. I got a new one coming. It's good having benefactors. It's not right. It's not right. All right, sand it. Which is like erasing. And I'll try it again, different compass. Far better compasses lacks the hooking feature, but I'll have to use my fingers. But at least it'll stay. All right, now I can see the middle of that is right there. That's that one. Now I'll do the other one. This is a little bit more dicey. I've got glue and crap on the edges. Not everywhere, just a couple of spots. All right, that'll work. And I'll do this again. This isn't all that important. If I don't get this quite right, then some of these little facets will be slightly different than the other ones, and I'm sure you got caught on. No one's going to care. So there's that. There's the middle of that side. All right, so I'm good. Over to the lathe and see if I can center this up, get a piece in the, and make it into a cylinder. Let's do that. All right, get my center mark in there, and that's in. It bit pretty well, I guess. So let's see if I can get that mounted up on the lathe. Look at this. Looks good. All right. Hey, that looks pretty good. Well, check the speed. Probably do this in a medium fast. Pretty symmetrical. And I think I'll swing around to the other side. Maybe not. See what it looks like from here. Maybe I can stay out of the way. All right. Okay, that seems to have dressed off pretty well. Now, this end down here is going to have a ring on it, a ring of bloodwood running around, but it's going to be hollow, right? It's a vase. So that ring is only going to be about that big. I'll even trim it down to, it's probably going to be 3/8 of an inch, maybe half when we're done. So I don't need to cut all the way down to here. This is the point. I can leave the center point, and all I have to do is dress off a flat about that deep. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a parting tool, just see if I can dress that off square. Good enough. It's a little bit lumpy. Right there's a little high spot. All right, do a little dressing. Better. Good. So that's gonna be the top. I'll probably put some pieces, I don't know, 1/2 inch by 1 inch in a little ring, and then find the top in that. That'd be great. Now the bottom, I want to do a similar thing, only the bottom I want to go all the way through because I want to glue that plate, hexagonal plate to it. So down the other end. Okay, here we go. Unsure as to how this should go. Let's take a look. I feel like I'm hollowing, which won't glue really well. I'm almost down to the final thickness, remembering that this is going to have thickness, but it's going to be small. This will be the smallest part, the smallest ½ inch that I can get out of this, ½ inch thick. So this part out here doesn't matter at all. It's this part here. I'm a little concerned as to what's going to happen next. I think what I want to do is chop it in to get to the pine, so that I'm out of the maple. I'll get to the pine, and the pine I can handle with a chisel. And I think I'll try to dress off this maple part so that I get it flat, because it's pretty sure that it's dished. I'm going to move you to the other side. Who knows if that's going to be appreciated or not, but they are. Can't do much about it now. So that's in tight. Definitely lost the shape there. Get a stick on that. You can see I've got a gap. I'll do it like this. You can see I've got a gap right here in the middle, which means that this is dished. Wrong thing. Wow. I don't know if there's room for it. I've got a lantern and a cutter. Maybe I could rig that up and actually cut that. Let me get the middle first. Not quite. Pretty close, but not quite done. Alright, down to the pine, that filler that I put in, it's all glued in, everything's great. And that's as small as this is going to go. I do want to see if I can get this flatter. I've got a thing. I don't know if you're going to want to watch all of this. Pull his cutter back. Not exactly what this was made for. Alright, there's that. Well, that's going to work out just fine. Okay, wow. So lead that in. That'll take care of that part. take care of that part. Pull it over to about there. I'll take care of that part. And then all I do is walk this in and it'll dress the bottom. All right, here we go. Extension on the bit, but I'm definitely getting somewhere. That's doing a fine job. Extending the bit is not a great idea, but you know. What is? So I'm going to start this and run it until it touches, then be done. Didn't that work out well? Didn't that work out? I'm excited. Pattern maker's lathe is like a cross between a machinist tool and a freehand woodworking tool. Wow, that's great. That's just great. That worked. It was worth every penny. Price of admission, as they say. All right, so now I'll dismount this thing, carve away the piece of pine. It's never going to show up again. I'm going to knock it right in because it's never going to show up again. It's done its job. And I'll be able to glue that hexagonal plate on, maybe be able to glue a hexagonal top trim on. Pretty exciting, pretty exciting. All right, this is, you know, as they say, news to me. But it's great. This is just great. I'll loosen that up. This thing can come off now. I'm going to yank the cylinder, take it over to the workbench. I think I'm all set. Should I set up and do that same thing here on this end? Yes, yes I should. Yes I should, yes I should. Why? Because we love you. All right, let's do that down here. I can do the same thing, and in some respects easier, because I don't have to go in as deep. I don't know if that makes it easier or not. Time to tighten though, tighten. There's that. Reasonably set up. This will make that flat, just like this made this flat. Oh man, I'm loving this. Okay, this seems like it's all set to go. We'll do that. Here we go. All right. Oh, is this beautiful? take one more cut. I'm advancing at about a 15-degree angle. Yeah. That's it. Wow. So now I don't have to do anything with this because that top that I put on will take care of that. The bottom I have to clean that piece off, that piece of pine. Oh, I accomplished something. That's great. That's just great. And I used some of the more esoteric features, at least for me, of my lathe. Oh, baby. I love it when a plan comes together. I like it just as much when there's no plan whatsoever and something still happens. Pretty exciting. All right. And just the hell of it, I'll tighten that. All right. And now yank this thing. There we go, that's that. All right. This is where my drive spurs went in here and held this. This is that piece of pine that I inserted. And I'll just cut it and chop it out and it will no longer be a problem. And then the bottom gets glued to this. This is all end grain, so that's an issue. Gluing to end grain is always an issue. I'm going to have the same thing up here, gluing to end grain. Not excited about it, but that's what we're going to do. All right, so I'm going to get rid of this pesky piece of pine at the top. Sometimes it doesn't take much. I don't know what else to do. Do I want to cut this away? I don't really want it there. I don't really want to have a piece of pine at the bottom of this thing. I really don't know what to say. Do want it glued on the inside edge though. I mean, I want this to be glued. How to say this? Let's draw it out. When this is all done, right? I need a center again. Boy, it's all about centers. I guess there's a reason to keep a little piece of wood in the center, so I can know where center is. That's center right there. Bing. Like that. So I am going to produce something be like that on the inside and half of an inch be like that on the outside. Something like that. This is going to have this glued to it. And then I'm going to put a waste block on, like that I'll actually mount my faceplate to. Glue that to this, just around the outside edge. Something to think about. I don't know how this is going to work. Yeah, I don't know how this is going to work. This is going to be mounted to a faceplate. That's great. Till the time comes to cut that faceplate off. And then what do I do? Oh well. This is an adventure. Do I need that piece any longer? That's the thing. I don't think so. because I'm going to put this on. That'll be that. All right, cool. Glue. Get that glued. Boom, like that. Put some marks on so I can center this thing, looking down on it from the other side. I guess I could center it like this even without those marks. Good enough. Good enough. Do I want to line these peaks up, or I want to do it like that? Now I'm thinking about the relationship between this and this, right? So something like that. Like that, like that, like that. That's it. That's done. Glue. I've not made the pieces that go on the other side. I don't know if I'm going to get to that. Now I'm having second thoughts. I could, rather than gluing a solid block on to put a faceplate on, maybe I should put a smaller block on and hold that with one of my jaw clamps. That would allow me to get in and work this edge. And then, shit, I don't even know. No, I don't know. I know I don't know. Ha! Well, this is fun. A nice way to end this adventure. Okay, so I've got that. That's ready to go. If I can decide what I'm going to do. Now I need this end. I need to cut some pieces to make a ring at the top. Let's go do that. Okay, I've been going round and round with this thing, and I've decided that I'm going to turn this thing so that there's a minimum size of 3.5 on the bottom and a maximum size of 4.5 on the bottom. That's going to be the swoop. That's how it's going to come. It's going to come gently down like an umbrella stand more than a fluted urn. It's just, that's how it turns out. Okay, that being said, and I'm going to just put a note that I could go maybe 3/8. Okay, that being said, I'm going to glue this on, and I'm going to glue this onto it, and after I get it glued, I'm going to run this thing through the saw and dress these surfaces, dress the bottom from these surfaces so I can get this thing in center, because I'm going to lose track of center, and I don't want to do that. So now to make things a little bit simpler, I'm going to glue this on here now. That's simple. I'm not going to glue it in that 4.5 inch zone. I'm going to glue it. I have to glue it inside of the 4.5, but not in the center. Because this is going to go crazy. All right, so I'm going to pre-glue these things. That way I'll be able to screw my plate to this thing, carve this bottom down, keep my screws back out of the way. Let's see how this works. I keep coming to the same crush. Okay, forget I said any of that. I'm getting close, I just don't know what I'm getting close to. How am I going to hold this thing? Because I've got to hold this thing at the end and spin it and carve out the inside. Oh, baby. I'm going to have a steady rest on it. So I could put a block here. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to glue this on. I'm going to glue a block to this. I'm going to saw that block into a hexagon. It needs to be square. It can be circular. Jesus. I didn't even know what I'm going to do. I'm going to sleep about this one. Wish me luck.